You guys ready for a fucking story? Cause I don't care. I'm telling you a fucking story. Okay, you ready? Fucking once upon a time, there was a group of people. This group of people, they like to call themselves Rockstar. And this group of people, Rockstar, they went ahead and made a game. They call that game GTA 5. Well, fuck, doesn't that sound familiar? Now in this game, they were like, hey, we got a good idea. They was all like, let's take a jetpack and ground it up into a powdery substance and give it to the players. And the players were all like, bazoinga! They was hopped up on that shit for fucking months, let me tell you. But Rockstar didn't give this one out to the players. They didn't let them know. They didn't let them know that they were hiding the good stuff. I'm talking like kind of stuff you snort off butts. That kind of good. With that being said, my name is Nick from Outcast Animations. Roll the intro. Outcast Animations. Did you enjoy the fucking story? I really hope you did. Good, because that's fucking fun time is over. It is gone. It has left the building. It quit. Without a 2 weeks notice, might I add. Just fucking got up and left. No decency. Now you're gonna have to bear with me, guys, because this shit could go in a ton of different directions, and I'm gonna try and explore all of those possibilities, so this might take a bit. Now I want to start off by talking a little bit about this quote right here. War is not the answer, but it sure is fun. Notice the misspelling in sure. Now I'm sure some of you have either seen videos on this before, or probably even seen it yourself, but I highly doubt that any of you actually have a real answer as to what it's here for or what it means. Now I'm sure some of you are sitting there thinking, oh yeah, big fucking deal, Nick, I've seen stuff on this, seen it myself, jeez, nothing new, everybody's already seen it, what happened to giving us the new shit? How about you prick fucks actually let me finish a video before you start thinking up reasons to hit the dislike button? Jesus, you know what they say about assumers? You know what they say about assuming? It's that it makes an ass out of you. Makes an ass especially out of you. If you want to see the new shit, just take like 3 steps to the right, and bada bing, you see this weird stuff scratched into the wall. Surprising no one's found this until now. As we can see, it says 4 plus 50, ... 4 plus 52. Now, I don't know what math classes you guys have taken, but I don't believe I've ever gotten this far. I think, what is it, Algebra 4, incomplete addition, and dots? Yeah, that sounds about right. Now, before I can accurately explain what I think this thing is, I'm gonna have to move you guys down this wall a little bit more, where we can see another set of these strange markings. Now, this set of Jim Carrey-ass shit I believe to be a riddle. And why is this one a riddle, but the first one wasn't? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, this one is repeated several times down the wall, while the other one is only there once. Two, the first one is clearly a lot simpler than this one. We can almost actually understand how the first one works. From what I can gather, the 2 dots go into the 50 and therefore make it 52. Simple enough. From this, we can deduce that this first one is meant to be a key. It's a guide. It's a legend. It's what is going to help us solve the more complex version, the actual riddle. Now, from this point on, I advise you guys to buckle in your fucking seatbelts, because this is where I start to lash out all my theories on the topic, and as I said before, this could take a bit. Now, the first thing that I noticed that stuck out the most in my mind was the infinity symbol, because as we all know, the infinity symbol in GTA 5 is very strongly connected to the Infinity 8 Killer. But what's strange about this is if it is dealing with the Infinity 8 Killer, why is it so far down south on the island? The Infinity 8 Killer lived in Sandy Shores as far as we know, and dropped his killings in Paleto Bay. That's the whole northern side. Why would he be all the way down here? Well, there is speculation that the Infinity 8 Killer isn't actually in prison, or wasn't whatever, he wasn't jailed. They got the wrong guy. So, he could be in hiding. Where would he logically hide? Away from where he was before, which would be in the city, where it's also largely populated, harder to find him therefore. Okay, I see where you're going here, Nick. But why would he write this? Well, he did write a lot of his, whatever the shit, his clues and shit. He wrote them in public a lot. He clearly wanted people to see what he was doing. He wasn't shy about it, that's for shit sure. So maybe, since this is like the final piece of the puzzle of his case, that's why he's made it such a more complicated version than just his older ideas of a poem or a map drawn. You know, it's a lot more complex. So how does this actually help us in solving the riddle? I mean, what does it tell us? Well, if we assume that the infinity is there because of the infinity 8 killer, we can assume that the 8 is also in relation to the infinity, because as we all know, infinity is just 8 turned on its side. Who would have fucking guessed it? But how does this actually help in solving the riddle? I mean, it doesn't actually explain how 98 gets turned into infinity. If we go by how the rule of thumb that we have here works, we can assume that each dot represents one numerical value, and it modifies the number located up and to the left of it. So the 98 should be just getting added by 2 to turn into the next number, but that certainly isn't fucking 100. Never seen 100 that looks like that. It's fucking infinity. So what the shit? Maybe it's because that's not how the dots are supposed to work. I mean, I don't know. It seems likely. It seems to work if we apply it to the 4, because when we see the 5, there's a dot located down and to the right of it. So it's possible that the 2 dots that were by the 4, one of them went into it, making it a 5, and the other simply carried over without getting added in, you know, for some reason. Now, I'd like to mention something about these other numbers that are here in the riddle, except for 8 and infinity. 9, 5, and 4. Do these numbers have any significance? Well, they seem to be. As if we look at how many times this riddle is replicated over the walls, you'll find that there are a total of 9 of them, 4 of which have been mirrored exactly with its opposite, and then the other 5 aren't. 9, 5, 4. So does knowing that actually help us solve the equation? Well, fucking no, of course not. But it is definitely interesting. And now here comes a simple question. Why the fuck is it 4 plus a number? Why isn't it just the number that they make up together? I don't get that. Even in the rule of thumb, it uses 4 plus a number. Why 4 specifically? It's just strange. Another thing I'd like to point out is, why is the plus sign in front of the 5 not directly in front of it like it is everywhere else? It's a little bit up and to the right of it. That's a bit strange. Now, if you've ever taken a math class that delves into calculus, you might have worked with limits. Limits is the only thing in math that I know of that uses this kind of notation, where a plus or a minus sign is put next to a number like this in order to signify from what direction on a graph it is being approached from. If you've dealt with limits before, then you also know that infinity is commonly used with limits. Is it possible that we'd have to apply calculus to this riddle in order to solve it? Probably not. Rockstar probably wouldn't expect that much of us. But who knows? Just a theory. So after this was hurting my brain to the point that I thought I was beginning to develop autism, I thought, hey, maybe this is about time to look at this from a different perspective. So I got to thinking, hey, why do they use dots? Maybe it's based on an older form of mathematics where dots were used. Well, who'd have fucking guessed it? There is one, made by the Mayans. The Mayans wrote numbers on a system of dots and lines and representations of 1s, 20s, and 400s. Every dot represented 1 unit, and every bar represented 5 units. If the dots or bars were placed on the first line, then they represented 1s. On the second, they would represent 20s, and on the top, they'd represent 400s. So it may be possible that this riddle is using components from the Mayan mathematics system. If so, what's interesting about Mayan mathematics is they regarded infinity and 0 as equal. Knowing this, maybe if we replace the infinity in the equation with a 0, it might make more sense. Does it make more sense to me? Well, fucking no. Of course not. Well, maybe it'll make more sense to you, you smart fella, you. So now, just for a hot minute, let's get back to this quote that I showed at the beginning of the video. What does it have to do with it? Oh, fucking no. Its placement is just too strange to not be in relation to the riddle. There's no graffiti anywhere near this area of the aqueducts except this. So strange. And 2, why is it spelt wrong again? Maybe this is a code in and of itself. But I don't think this should be coming first in what we want to solve. I believe this quote will come into play in explaining why the numbers are here, who it's here for, what it's trying to tell us. But I don't think we can really come to any solid conclusion until we learn how to solve the riddle, what it decodes into. Maybe it decodes into a date, maybe it's coordinates, maybe it's a phone number, I don't know. But I think anything before that point is just going to be complete random speculation. Well, that's all I got to say on the topic. So ready your noses, because this shit is about to blow. See what I did there? No, but seriously, guys, I really want you guys to suck this all up and give me your opinion in the comments below. If one of you can figure this out, fucking do it. Come on, please. Itching over here, I'm dying. What else are you gonna do? Gonna go play the heist? No, you're not. fucking lie to me. You're bored of this game. Need something new. Need something to do. Here's your fucking something. And hey, while you're down there giving your opinions in the comments, remember to rate and subscribe too while you're at it. You know, why not? Well, good luck with this, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, it's only gay if you make it gay. Peace out, motherfuckers.
Outrageous.